Hi, I am Claire. Welcome back to my channel. For this week's video, I am going to be doing a modern apartment in The Sims 4. I wanted this apartment to kind of be a little bit Christmassy. I know it's still at the beginning of the month, so I didn't go too overboard, and this is an apartment, and I was thinking that they probably wouldn't have too much space for a whole bunch of Christmas decorations. So you can see we are working on the kitchen right now. I'm using the items from the new kitchen pack, and they just seemed like the most modern items, and I thought that would be flow the best with this space. I wanted it to feel very modern and elevated, and so I did want this to have like a very rich feel to it. I did make a room for a spoiled child, although again it's very simple. I was at the beginning wanting this apartment to be a modern, simple apartment, but I don't know if I really stuck through with the simple aspect, and so you can tell me if you think I stuck with the simple aspect down in the comments. While we are now in the living room, and this area was pretty simple. I knew I wanted to put the tree in this area, and this area just seemed like the best place for the TV. Just have a little bit secluded for like a movie night, and so we are just going to be using this rug from Seasons and just doing some slight adjustments so there will be enough space for you to sit on the island or on the chair so it doesn't feel too cramped. And now we are just going to be adding some decorations into the kitchen. The reason why I took a break from the kitchen is because I wanted to make sure that there was enough room in the living area. So I kind of forgot to do the cluttering at the beginning of the video, but hey, we're doing it now. I'm mostly using items from the new kitchen pack, and so we are just going to be going and adding some rugs. I've been using a lot of cats and dogs recently, mostly just because I've been wanting to use like the arch doorways that come in the pack. So if we could get some more arch doorways, so I don't always have to use the cats and dogs pack to have like nice, simple arch doorways, that'd be really nice. I don't know if the Sims team is going to hear this or have any builds for with arch doorways, but I would really appreciate some more arch doorways like the ones in cats and dogs. And so we are just going to be now working on the entry area. I feel like I often skip over like the living room and the entryway because the kitchen is just like the idea I have the most for, and I kind of like can like see where I want things to go. I did want it to have a little bit of a winter vibe, and so I do add that picture from Seasons with the little snowy tree, and so we are just going to be adding a little TV console and going to be adding some gaming consoles since this is built in the world of city living semi-shuno. I wanted to make sure I incorporated a good amount of items from this pack. It does have some modern items that I wanted to use, and I do put some presents underneath the tree. I do get rid of the big pile, and I was thinking like maybe the smaller pile could be early Christmas deals, and so they just wanted to wrap those presents up. And I am adding space for a cat in this space just for just so I could use the doorways mostly, and arch doorways I was just talking about. And so we are just going to be using these side tables from the Seasons pack, and I really like how this space turned out. Very simple. There's a lot of seating, maybe for like a movie night. They can have like a movie watching party. And so I do get rid of these lamps and change them for ones from the Dream Home Decorator pack. I felt like they looked a little bit more modern, and I was originally going to have like a library hallway in a spot, but I'm like, no, I don't really know if that fits anymore. And so I do take out those lights, and now we are just going to be adding a lighthouse picture, one of my favorite pictures in the game, and just going to be getting rid of that big stack of presents like I was saying earlier. And now we are just going to be adding a dining room. So maybe this is like a dinner and a movie. Maybe they have like watch parties every Sunday or something with their family and friends. And I do keep this table, but I do try to find different chairs for the Sims. The other ones just seemed a little too not what I was going for, and so I wanted to use these ones from the base game. They seemed a little bit more modern and not so much wicker, and so we are just going to be adding this little dining area. Maybe this is a little bit too crowded, but I still like how it turned out here. You definitely could have a dinner party in this apartment. I was thinking that maybe this family that lives here would be more established. Maybe they've lived in the city for a long time, and maybe the parents both work in the city, and so there's a lot of like people probably like coming to their house for gatherings, or I guess maybe I shouldn't say house, but their home for gatherings. And so now we are just kind of working on a little hallway space. I wanted the bedrooms to have be a little bit separated from the rest of the house, and so we are just going to be making a little cat area, going to be adding a bookshelf in here along with a computer, which you just saw, and so we are just going to be adding a rug and going to be adding some musical instruments. Maybe one of the parents is a musician, and they have like a special spot over here in Semishuno for them to perform. Maybe that's how they started, and then they got rich and famous from that. And so now we are just in the bathroom area, and while we are in the bathroom, I just want to take a minute to talk about some things going on in my life. Don't worry, it's nothing too serious. I've just been getting a lot of emails that I have been getting copyrighted for the music I play at at the end of my videos, which is kind of strange to me because I downloaded that music from a free website, and so my only like thought that the artist like took that music out and it's no longer free. But it's just kind of funny because I can either go back and edit every single one of my Sims videos and take it out and then like repost it, or I could just delete it. I haven't decided what I want to do, but I have just kind of been waiting for things to die down a little bit. I just think it's kind of funny because at this point in time, I only have 56 subscribers. Thank you to all those who are subscribed and have been following me on this journey. And if you aren't subscribed, please do consider. I post my videos every single Tuesday, and I try to make these fun videos for you guys. If you have any ideas or suggestions you want to see me build, please leave them down in the comments. And so we are now on the first bedroom. This I was mentioning would be for a spoiled teen. I like this idea, but I kind of want to do it a little bit differently in a way that it's not, with a not an apartment build. So if you have any like ideas for a spoiled teen in particular, like their interests or their hobbies, let me know, and I can make a room specifically for that spoiled teen or spoiled child. And so I did want to give this teen a very big closet space, and so I was mentioning that the sim would be a gamer and their favorite color would be like blue, if you couldn't tell by the desk and the bedding. I do pop some other light blue items onto the closet space, and we are just going to be finishing up that little closet unit and just going to be adding a few more details onto the desk space and kind of see some more of those light blue items that I feel like matched the bed pretty well, and I liked how this little area turned out. I feel like one of the reasons they would be spoiled is because of this cool corner window, although the primary bedroom is a lot bigger than this bedroom, so maybe they're not completely spoiled. Maybe the parents do want to have the bigger bedroom, even though they probably would let their child have the room with the cool window. And so we are just going to be adding these curtains, although I didn't end up keeping them. And you can see I gave the computers kind of like a gamer setup area, and so there is a area, there's like this teenager has their own private computer along with like the one in like the hallway corner area. And so we are just going to be moving a few things around, but this is pretty much how the bedroom ends up. I'm just going to be adding a little light and a rug from the high school years pack. I wanted to use this cool circle rug, and I end up using this blue and light blue color to kind of go along with the other blues in the room. And so now we are in the primary bedroom, which I was imagining to be very simple. I wanted this to kind of go back to being a very simple space, and so we are just going to be adding a little chair at the end, but I end up getting rid of that because I didn't want a TV right there. I end up putting a bookshelf there instead, although you can get books from that unit TV thing. It's from the Tiny Living Pack, and it also has a radio in it, but I decided I didn't really want to have Tiny Living in this apartment, although those items are pretty good if you are interested in getting that pack. And so we are just going to be adding a little dresser at the end of the bed. I thought it looked kind of like it was like the end of the bed, and it just kind of gave some function to have the dresser attached to it, but I really like how it just kind of brings the bed, makes it look like it's like almost a 4-post bed, so there's no posts at the ends or the corners of the bed. And so we are just going to be adding a bookshelf and going to be changing out the chairs in the living room kitchen because I thought I was going to be using Tiny Living in other places of the house. But I ended up not doing that, and so I didn't really want to just have one item from a pack. I try to use 2 or 3 items from a pack if I'm using, like, if I'm not being pack specific. If you have any ideas for being pack specific, like only using in the Cats and Dogs pack or only using the Discover University pack, please let me know. I have pretty much all the packs, and I would love to get a little challenge of only using certain packs. And so we are just going to be adding a little gallery wall on the top of the bed, or on the wall that is shares it with the bed. I felt like this was just kind of a little nice big wall that could use a collage, and so I decided to do a mix of pictures from the Dream Home Decorator pack and the City Living pack. And so we are just going to be adding some lights, and I felt like the cat needed another space, so I gave the cat another tree in this area, and I really like how this area turns out. Also, the litter box is in the primary bathroom. I just might miss that, just want to let you know. And so we are just going to be finishing up the master or the primary bedroom, and just going to be going in and adding just a few more items. And now we are in the final room of the apartment, which is the primary bathroom, and this is a 4x2 room. I usually do 3x2 rooms, and so in my mind, this is luxurious. So the reason why I did that, just so the cat would have a litter box, and so there wouldn't be any like weird bump outs in the little hallway office area. And so we are just going to be adding a towels, we're going to be adding a sink, adding all the basics basically. And so now we are just going to be switching out the sink, and we are getting close to the end of the video. So like I said earlier, if you enjoyed watching, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. That'd be well appreciated. I post new videos every single Tuesday, and I'm also on Instagram if you like seeing my pictures at the end. I post most of them over there on Instagram, and so we are just going to be finishing up. I wanted to add this like basket of like clothes. I just thought that would be kind of fun to have those little baskets. Like they were like in like the mode of doing laundry, and then they had to leave for one reason or another, and so we are now going to be doing the screenshots. I hope to see you all next week for another Sims 4 video. Bye!